Hello there, I'm the SN Man, or the Tin Man as most people call me, and this is my guide for training construction on an Ironman account. Construction has no real benefits, except if you're a hardcore that doesn't want to use the wilderness altar, but it is necessary for some quests, and obviously you'll need 99 to max, so there is at least some benefit for training the skill. Construction training is significantly different on an Ironman than on a non-Ironman, mainly because there are very few ways to get logs and planks in bulk, and it generally takes a lot of gold until you reach the higher invention levels and can build a plank maker machine. However, construction training is still fairly straightforward, so this will be a shorter guide. A quick overview of what I'll be going over, and there will be time-stamped links in the description to skip ahead to the sections you care the most about. I'll be going over some helpful items, DnDs, and quests, a 1 to 99 guide for the best way to train, other sources of experience that can supplement your training, how Invention can improve your construction training, and finally, the method for training construction. The first helpful item is the constructor's outfit, obtained from completing the temple trekking minigame. Each of the 5 pieces gives 1% bonus experience, and an extra 1% is given when wearing the full set, for a total of 6% bonus experience. The next helpful item is the sculpting chisel, given as a reward from the god statue's monthly distraction and diversion for building the same statue in the same location for 4 months in a row. The chisel gives 1% bonus experience in construction when wielded, which stacks additively with the constructor's outfit. Another helpful item is the Scroll of Proficiency, which can be bought from the Dungeoneering reward shop for 20,000 Dungeoneering tokens if you've got 60 construction and 60 Dungeoneering. When building furniture that requires 3 or more planks, the scroll gives a 25% chance to save an oak plank, 20% chance to save a teak, and a 10% chance to save a mahogany plank. This isn't as important of a purchase as chaotic weapons, the Charming Imp, or the Bone Crusher, but it still should be bought at some point before you go for 99 construction. There are no quests that are absolutely necessary for training construction, but there are some that give some minor benefits. The Love Story quest gives a 25% discount on servant fees, and completing Plague's End gives you the option to put your player-owned house, or POH, in Prifddinas, which is the closest POH portal to a sawmill, and the second closest POH to a bank. Also, it's not a quest, but gaining 1750 reputation with the Gobies on Mazcab will allow you to place your POH in Otot, which is the closest POH to a bank, and conveniently located near a Gobi ranger who can quickly transport you to the Nemi forest. Very helpful if you do that daily. Additionally, there are a few quests that give a good amount of construction experience with very little requirements, but I'll go over those in a minute. There are a couple helpful distractions and diversions to construction. The first is the God Statue's monthly DnD, which gives you the equivalent of 4 large experience lamps in construction, 5 after you complete Plague's End, which is a large chunk of experience. There's also the God Chisel reward for building the same statue in the same location for 4 months in a row, as I stated earlier. The second helpful DnD is managing miscellanea. After completing the Throne of Miscellanea quest, and then Royal Trouble if you want more supplies, you can make some of the workers collect teak or mahogany logs. I would suggest you put them on mahogany, since you'll get more construction experience per day, albeit at a higher plank cost. Also, this is your only good method for collecting mahogany logs in bulk, so you'll likely need this source if you plan to do a lot of mahogany plank dailies later. A more indirectly helpful DnD is Herblore Habitat. In Herblore Habitat, you can either hunt or kill Jadinkos to get Samadin herbs, which, with oily vines, can be made into Juju woodcutting potions. These potions have an effect similar to the Juju mining potions, in that each log you cut has a chance to spawn a tree spirit that will bank the next few logs that you cut. This helps make woodcutting a little more AFK, so you need to bank less often when collecting logs for construction. Another DnD that's indirectly helpful is killing evil trees. Twice a day, you can join the Evil Tree FC Friends chat and help cut down evil trees. After defeating the tree, you'll get an auto-banking ability, which the length depends on the type of tree you defeated, along with some other minor rewards. For instance, evil yew trees auto-bank your logs for 22 minutes, while evil elder trees auto-bank your logs for 30 minutes. Chopping evil trees has the same requirements as their normal counterparts, so evil oaks require 15 woodcutting, evil maples 45, etc. Personally, I trained on evil elders from 90 to 99 woodcutting, and while it is a daily, which a lot of people hate, it does make your woodcutting a lot more AFK, since you won't need to bank at all while collecting supplies for construction. And now for the 1 to 99 guide for how to train construction. At first, you should complete a few quests that have very little requirements but give very good construction experience. The first quest is the Jack of Spades quest, which has no requirements other than the previous quests in the series, and gets you all the way to level 5 construction. At that point, you can complete the Eyes of Gluffrey and the Darkness of Hallivale, which have a few small skill requirements other than construction, but they aren't too high at all. This should bring you to level 16 construction, at which point you can complete the Perils of Ice Mountain, Bringing Home the Bacon, and Tower of Life quests, all which have very low requirements and will bring you to level 20 construction. Quick note that Perils of Ice Mountain may have their requirements lowered all to level 5 in the near future, so if it looks incorrect, Just double check with the Runescape wiki for the requirements. The reason we're using quests to skip these early levels is because you're going to end up doing these quests anyway, so you may as well do them while you can get the most benefit from them. The 4.6k experience total that you gain from these quests is much more valuable at level 1 than it is at level 60. Also, this lets you skip using normal planks, going right to oak planks, which avoids you having to use nails that constantly bend and are just an added cost to your training. There are other quests that give really good construction experience, but the early levels are the most important levels to skip. For a full list, go to the Runescape wiki page for quest experience rewards, link in the description. At this point, you can begin constructing oak chairs in the parlor room, which require 2 oak planks each. You'll need to chop the oak logs yourself, and the best location to do this is just outside the West Varrock Bank, where there are 3 oak trees within spitting distance of the bank. You'll need to use about 18 oak planks, which should only cost you about 4.5k GP. At level 22, you can upgrade from oak chairs, which use 2 planks each, to oak dining tables, which use 4 planks each, located in the dining room. You'll need to use about 154 oak planks for this range, which should cost you about 38.5k GP. At level 31, build carved oak tables in the dining room, which take 6 planks each. This level range will require 57 oak planks, which cost about 14.25k GP. At level 33, build oak larders in the kitchen, which take 8 planks each. At this point, you're going to keep using oak planks at about 4.2 GP per XP until you reach 67 hunter, 70 thieving, and 70 fishing. This will allow you to complete the deadliest catch quest, which will unlock a deposit box near the 3 teak trees on Ape Atoll, requiring Monkey Madness to access. These teak trees will become the fastest gathered construction experience per hour, and will replace oaks as your base form of experience. I would suggest using the Beaver Familiar, Perfect Plus once you've got it, and Juju woodcutting potions if you're willing to do some herblore habitat. Other items such as woodcutting urns and the lumberjack outfit are helpful for woodcutting experience, but don't increase the number of logs you'll get per hour. Starting at level 38, or whenever you start getting teak planks en masse, make teak tables in the dining room, which require 4 teak planks each. If you did this level range entirely with teaks, it would take 3,758 teak planks, costing about 1.69 mil GP. However, as a portion of this level range will come from oak planks or free forms of experience from various other sources, your true cost will likely be below that. At level 63 all the way to 99, your main form of experience comes from driftwood prawn brokers, built in the aquarium and requiring 8 teak planks each. If you did this method all the way from 63 to 99, you would need about 140,000 teak planks, costing you about 63 mil. But as before, there are various other ways that you can gain experience that will significantly lower the amount of money you need. Now, with any mahogany planks you get, at level 73 you can make flotsam prawn brokers in the aquarium, using 8 planks each. You won't have as many mahogany planks as teak planks, and you may want to save your mahogany planks to using construction challenges, which I'll go over in a minute. There are a few other sources of experience that can help augment your training and help out a significant amount. The first of these I just mentioned, construction daily challenges. Construction daily challenges can be a really good source of experience for a low cost, since upon turning in the challenge, you'll receive half the planks you used back in addition to a large chunk of experience, scaling about linearly to 100k at 99 if you extend the challenge with Viswax. This results in an effective GP per XP that is far below that of standard construction training. This is so good that one strategy for getting 99 construction on a low budget is to wait until you've got enough 99s to force daily challenges in construction and train the skill exclusively with these dailies. Also, many people training construction past 99 do it only with these dailies, so they can do golden bamboo woodcutting on Uncharted Isles for fletching experience from art contracts. Another source of experience is the Summer Beach Party. I didn't list this as a DnD since it's only around for part of the year, but it can significantly augment your construction training. The construction event is very AFK, only occasionally needing to switch which hotspot you're training at, making this a nice alternative to a normally click-intensive skill. At level 99, it's about 80k per hour, and at level 50, it's about 50k per hour, and it scales fairly linearly between these levels. However, you can only train for about an hour per day before you overheat and can't train anymore, making this yet another daily that a lot of people don't really enjoy doing. But when considering the time it takes to collect logs and the money you'll have to spend turning them into planks, this method is fairly decent at low to mid levels. I personally know a lot of people that just camp at the beach when it's available for construction experience, and have gotten the 75 construction requirement for Plague's End just from that. There are several ways that Invention can improve your construction training. The first is the Wise perk, which, if you've got the highest tier, Wise 3, gives 3% bonus experience up to 50,000 additional experience per day. However, the God Chisel is two-handed, so you'd need to put Wise on either a body or a leg slot in order to use both the God Chisel and the Wise perk at the same time. The second way Invention can help out is by using augmented hatchets while woodcutting. The best perks for construction training are the Honed and the Polishing perk. The Honed perk gives up to 10% higher chance of success while skilling, meaning that you'll collect logs at a faster rate. The Polishing perk gives up to a 9% chance per item to upgrade the gathered resource by one tier. If you use it on oaks, it won't help since it'll turn it into a willow log, but if you're chopping teaks, it'll turn 9% of your logs into mahogany logs, effectively increasing your construction experience by 5%. It also gives you another method for collecting mahogany logs for daily challenges other than collecting from managing miscellanea. Another way that Invention can help your construction training is by using the Monkey Mind Control Helmet from the Cave Goblin Tech Tree at 60 Invention. This lets you acquire a mind-controlled monkey butler as a servant for your POH, which is identical to the demon butler, but he doesn't require payments, lowering the cost of your construction training. The final benefit Invention brings to construction training are the plank maker invention machines in the Invention Guild. These have a really high requirement, at 99 invention for the base plank maker, and 117 invention for the high capacity plank maker. Using the Divine-O-Matic vacuum, you can make about 60 divine charges an hour, and each of those divine charges becomes 3,000 machine charges. This means that 1 hour of energy gathering lets you turn 10.4k logs into planks for free if you've got the tier 1 machine, and 12k logs into planks if you've got the tier 2 machine. It'll take a bit of time, but this is a huge amount, meaning that the equivalent GP saved per hour of energy gathering is the amount shown on this chart here for regular, oak, teak, and mahogany planks. For regular planks and oaks, it's debatable whether you'd actually want to put the logs in the machine versus just paying to convert the planks yourself, but by the time you're 99 Invention, you shouldn't be using these planks anyway. For teaks and especially mahogany planks, the savings is huge. There's definitely no way to earn over 15 mil in pure GP per hour on Ironman, and these rates are also not even considering the time it takes to run back and forth at a sawmill. This saves a ton of time, and if you're aiming for a lot of construction experience, I would highly suggest you build these machines and gather energy for the machines, instead of paying GP to turn the logs into planks. Now to explain exactly how to train construction. At early levels, there are no servants that are worth using, so you'll need to just run planks back and forth from your bank. I would suggest moving your house to Taverley, withdrawing a full inventory of logs, and turning the logs into planks at the sawmill right outside the POH portal. Unfortunately, familiars aren't allowed in building mode, so you can't bring a beast of burden to carry more planks for you. If you're building oak larders, this is about 1200 planks per hour, which is 72,000 experience per hour. If you're building the other oak items that take less planks each, then you'll be getting slightly below this. At level 40, the servant you have access to, the butler, is better than running items back and forth. So at this point, where your house is located matters less for construction training. You should bring noted logs into your house and give them to your servant to unnote. Then your servant will return a few seconds later and you can have them take the unnoted logs to the sawmill to turn into planks. At this point, the limiting factor in your construction training should be the speed at which your servant comes. Meaning, if you're starting with logs and using the butler, you can use about 3,000 planks an hour. And at level 50 construction with the Demon Butler or Monkey Butler, it's about 6,000 planks per hour. This is faster than making the planks yourself and then having your servant only unnote your planks rather than unnote your logs and run them to the sawmill. Now, if you've got planks already from either the Invention machine or from your servant returning them to your bank when your inventory is full, you can get up to 8,000 planks per hour. But that requires some really precise clicks, and I know at least for me, I can't even get close to those rates. I hope this guide was useful and informative for you, and if you have any questions about construction training or Ironman training in general, feel free to leave it in the comments. Also, if you'd like to see another Ironman skill training guide be made, comment down below which one you'd like to see. Bye now!